Hey everybody, Jesse Doubek here. We're live for another episode of Beyond Big Influence. And I got a good buddy of mine, Tom Dadourian. I think I said that right.
You did. You nailed it.
But it just sounds right. It looks right. So
like the first. Good job. That was amazing.
All right. I got lucky. Beginner's luck there. So anyway, as people are jumping on here today, we're going to do an awesome live episode talking about Beyond Big Influence. Tom has an amazing story, how he got started launching his business. His business is called Launch Boom. He's the CMO of the company, one of the co-founders of Launch Boom. And they are booming businesses out there left and right. When I met Tom, he had like this small agency down the street. Now, if you go to his website, he's got probably like 50 plus employees, this massive company, and they're doing launch booms. I remember he didn't have $1 million launch yet when I first started knowing him and talking to him. I just knew he's amazing at video. If you want to learn how to do video, Tom is your man. He helped me do video. He showed me a lot of things about video that I didn't know when I got started. And he started with the small team, and now they're booming $1 million launches left and right. If you go to his website, we're going to talk about how he's doing it. So if you guys have ever heard of Kickstarter or Indiegogo, Tom is the guy doing some of the biggest launches out there consistently for clients and people that have a product. He's kind of like a baby version of Shark Tank. I mean, a bigger version of Shark Tank because everything's moving online. So,
yeah.
So anyway, Tom, we're excited to have you here, bro, if you can't tell.
Thank you so much, Jesse. Yeah, it's an honor to be on here. Again, thank you so much. For those of you guys who don't know, Jesse was actually one of my early advertising mentors. So it was incredible. I'm happy that I was able to provide value on the video side. Jesse was helping me out on the advertising side, how to build out that team. And we did it. We built out a super successful team. We would not be where we are today without Jesse's support, and we've got an incredible team now. And so, I'm excited to share. I can share a little bit about Launch Boom, a little bit about our background, and a little bit about the summit that we've got coming up here. Yeah. Where do you want me to start?
Yeah, Tom's got a big summit. We're going to get to that in a second. Everybody out there that's tuning in, drop a comment, click the share, drive this out there because we're going to boom this thing out just like Tom does in his launches. But where we should start, Tom, I want to know how you got started as an entrepreneur, how that clicked into something you wanted to do. And, we'll just start there. Like, how'd you get a start to what you're doing now?
Great question. Man, I don't even know where to begin. I actually wanted to be a doctor, which is a funny story. I wanted to go into like neurosurgery and nice. Anesthesiology, all of that fun stuff. And at the end of the day, I was really fascinated by psychology. My mom's a psychiatrist, dad's a psychologist. And then I grew up in the film industry. I was actually a child actor. So fun facts.
Wow.
But I always preferred it behind the camera than being in front of it. So that was a really cool kind of experience. But anyways, long story short, I loved medicine. I loved the ability to have impact, influence, right? That's what we're talking about here right now, right? Is like creating influence or impact, right? If you could get the entire world to like take a pill that makes their life better, that solves a problem, that helps them, that alleviates pain in some way, shape, or form, how could you do that? And then for me, again, that's what I wanted to do. Again, anesthesiology is literally, science of making people feel good, supporting people going through surgeries and things like that. I was a huge fan of ER medicine, but the thing that really frustrated me is as I was working in that field, in that industry, it felt very like one-on-one. It felt very like, okay, you can only impact one person at a time. And so that was definitely really, really frustrating when, wanting to impact many, many, many more people. And so looked at, okay, well, if I could get everybody in the world to, take a pill, the limitless pill, right? That helps everybody, go to the next level, do whatever it takes. What would be the best way to do that? And that led me into filmmaking and realizing the impact of storytelling, which then led me into products and consumer-based brand equity. and what kind of impact that products have in our lives. I believe we live in an age of romantic consumerism where the things that we surround ourselves with, the things that we have, whether it's our AirPods, our crazy gaming headphones, or whatever, have a major impact. The things that we surround ourselves with have a major impact on our lives. And so whether it's a tabletop board game or, a cool new tech that helps relieve neck pain. And so within that age of consumerism, I realized, okay, cool. If I want to have influence and I want to have impact, then I need to be at the forefront of that. And kind of like a philosophy that I always had was, I don't know what impact or influence I want to have, but I know that I want to. And so it started with building out a team. It started with coming up with a set of values and a mission statement, right? Our mission statement is let's solve problems together. And so and a really awesome core set of values. That's where it started. So it started with like values, mission, and not necessarily knowing where we wanted to go. And from there, became just a small video agency out of San Diego
right down the street.
Right down the street when we met, and then expanded into a larger full service agency called The Label Creative. We were working with Red Bull. We were working with smaller companies. We were working with SanDisk, SBE, a ton of different places, and that was an incredible experience. We were able to like slowly expand, but we still struggled with we still struggled with finding our niche. Like, where did we really like thrive? What did we really love doing? What gave us the most self-efficacy, right? What were we like stoked to like get up and do every day? And the thing that kind of changed all of that actually was a good friend of mine from college approached me. His name is Kevin Liang. And he said, "Hey, Tom, have you heard of this thing called Kickstarter?" And I was like, "No, what is it?" Said like, "Does it have motorcycles? We kick what kickstand? Like, what are we doing here?"
Kickstarting the motorcycle. There you go.
Exactly. So, and so he's like, "No, there's this thing called Kickstarter. That idea that we talked about in college that we kind of like brainstormed and stuff together. Well, I made it. I made it a reality, and I'd love your support launching it. It's just an idea. I've got a 3D prototype, but it's going to work and it's going to be awesome. I've got my manufacturers lined up. Will you help me tell its story, and will you help me launch it on Kickstarter?" And we're like, "Sure. I have no idea what we're doing. Absolutely." So, but we did know how to do storytelling. I did know how to do that. I knew like consumer-based brand equity and all of that fun stuff. And we helped him launch. He raised his first campaign, raised like $80,000, and then we doubled that on the back end, upselling cool stuff. As you can see, like people are saying, backing cool things on Kickstarter. Absolutely, I'm right there with you. I've personally backed over 144 projects on Kickstarter.
That's it. I got 145 already over here. No, I'm just kidding. Not even close. I'm just kidding.
On the Kevin front, we helped him launch, and then from there, we helped him launch another one. The second campaign.
What was the product that you helped him launch? I didn't catch that.
Oh, it's called the EcoCube. It was basically like a desktop aquarium that it was filtered. It was a aquarium filter that was filtered by plants, and it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. And then we helped him launch his second one, and his third one, and his fourth one, and his fifth one. I think we launched a total of like 7 or 8 campaigns together, raised well over 8 figures. And that was truly the beginning. And from there, we niched into, we changed our name to Launch Boom, where we are today. This was in like 2015. And we launched our first crowdfunding campaign in 2013. And in 2015, we niched into crowdfunding, and we saw that there was a huge gap in the space where people really needed support prior to launching their campaigns. And we filled that need. And so we stepped in as one of the first, if not the first, pre-launch crowdfunding agencies. And today I can definitively say we are the #1 pre-launch crowdfunding agency in the world. And it's just been an incredible experience. We've helped people from all over the world. We got clients on every major continent other than Antarctica. they're next. It's just been such a rewarding experience to really be on the ground floor with entrepreneurs who have a brilliant idea and just want support making that or bringing that idea to life. So it's awesome.
Absolutely. And I'm going to share my screen really quick, Tom, here. I want to show you guys some of the epic launches that Tom's done, so you know who you're dealing with here. So I'm on launchboom.com, his website, which if you go and check out Tom's thing, is his website and all of his websites that he does, you can notice these like epic videos that he produces. And Tom, you're one of the top video people organizing all these videos on your team, right? If not the top person.
Yeah. So, I helped build out our creative studio and all of that stuff, but I've actually passed all of those responsibilities on.
Up to the team, but you started the whole thing, right?
Yeah. One of my co-founders, my partners, he was one of my interns at Triton Television at UCSD. But if you hit the campaigns button, if you scroll up to the top and hit campaigns, you can just see like a couple.
Let's show them some of these products. Which ones are the most? Okay, so this 4K laser projector, it looks like you raised almost $2 million. In how many days did it take you to raise that much money?
And less than 90. I think
less than 90 days, guys. We're doing $2 million. So it's like, is it like zero to that, or were they already having sales before that?
Literally zero to that. Like
0 to 2 million in 90 days. That's what Tom's able to do through video marketing, influential branding, and creating a sales process for this company to get it going from 0 to $2 million in 90 days. Talk about the dream on when you're launching your business. So. Yeah. Which other ones? Is there pictures of these can we click through?
Yeah, you can click through.
Check it out.
Yeah, absolutely can. The funniest one, if you kept scrolling, is there's a product called
show me the one you're the most proud of. I know, like, these are all great. So
neck hammock would definitely. I'm in it, but that's Fat Tom's in it, so we don't want to see Fat Tom. Let's keep going.
So we don't want to see that one. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see Fat Tom, but I don't know about you. Okay.
The mittens. Oh man. Okay. So wait. Let me tell you the Giver Frontier mittens. I'd say is an incredible story. So Bubba, founder of this product, we launched his first product in like 2015. He was one of our first when we were dedicated campaigns. And if you click there, you can see his 3 campaigns that he's launched. Actually, I'm not sure if you can click on that, but we literally raised $1 million selling mittens. Like, they're the most badass mittens ever. And he's cool. He's from Jackson Hole, Wyoming. He had a really cool brand. Giver was a brand that he was selling, but he was working as like a bag guy at the airport. That was like his job. Like, that's what he was spending most of his day doing, was literally moving bags at the airport. And through Kickstarter, through crowdfunding, was able to quit his job, have not just this, of course, $1.3 million campaign. This was his 3rd campaign. The last 2 raised well over 6 figures, and was able to completely follow his dream of developing these incredible, badass products.
Where am I at? Okay, there we are. Sorry. I wanted to see what we were looking at. So I see they see us and this, so that's good. I didn't know what they were looking at. So keep going, Tom. This is amazing. I remember when I went down to your office and you were showing me these mittens, and I think the fund was up to 50,000, and you guys were like, "This is so cool."
Yeah.
I mean, look, this is probably a different launch than what you were trying to do then. Maybe it was the same one. I don't know when this was. It says November 1st. So this was years afterwards. This is probably the 2nd or 3rd time you tried to launch these guys. But look, 1.3 million. I mean, that's crazy. So for mittens.
Yeah.
That's insane. So now where are these mittens at? Have they expanded into stores, retail? What are they doing now after what happens after a Kickstarter or crowdfunding Indiegogo launch?
Yeah, great question. Again, another so many different things. A lot of these brands like to stay direct to consumer. William Painter, for example, is a fantastic example of that.
Which one?
Guys, if you scroll down more, you might be able to get to, I think, William Painter, the Empire should be here somewhere. Keep going.
The Empire, right here.
Yep.
I mean, man, you got like million. I mean, this is pretty close. I'll call it $1 million. It's 800,000. I mean, you got one after the other, after the other, after the other. Yeah, this is insane, man.
So I love these guys. They're out in San Diego. You should definitely say hi to them.
Okay, absolutely.
They're so cool. But yeah, you'll never see them in stores, and that's by design. Like they've built this incredible
stores anyway. They charge so much just for the shelf space and all the retail prices. They like triple. Like it's just so much money. So, how much are a pair of glasses like this gonna run you?
Man, I don't know where that right now. It was 155 when it launched. It might be like two something. But
wow, that's good.
Yeah, they're lifetime guaranteed titanium sunglasses. So they're awesome.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about these ones too. So this, like most glasses are you get Ray-Bans, you get these brands. I mean, they're getting them, making them out of like Malaysia and like these countries, and like nothing against them, but they just get cheaper products. And where are these products created in San Diego?
These are made in China because that's where the best manufacturers are in China. But the difference is in the cost. So for example, these maybe cost X number of dollars. I'm not sure if I can reveal the exact cost, but it's a lot. They're expensive to make. I'm going to put it that way. But compare it to like a pair of Ray-Bans. So you're like $400 Ray-Bans that you bought at Nordstrom's. Do you want to take a guess how much their cost is?
Probably like $20. I mean, the ones, like maybe more. I don't know, but they're not going to be anywhere close to that. I know their profit margin's ridiculous. So
$3. $3. You're paying.
Tell me that. Now I'm not going to want to pay the $300. I mean, I usually go to like Nordstrom Rack, but then you only get like a couple choices, and then they're still like $99, and it's like $3. I mean, come on.
No, I'm serious. Like it's like anywhere from like 3 to like maybe if we're like really pushing it here, like 10 to 15.
Wow.
But these cost a lot more than that to make. They're owned by one large conglomerate called Luxottica, and they're all the same. Ray-Bans, all the major Oakleys, like they're all made by one company. These are awesome. I love these guys, and it's just so cool. Yeah.
How long have you been doing these launches for, Tom? I know it's been like 4 years since I've known you. I don't know. I think it's like 4 years or 5 years or something. How long have you been doing these launches for, though?
So it's been about 5 years at this point. Yeah. I guess 2015. So it's been about 5 years.
Wow.
Our first one
right now.
Our first launch was in 2013, but like Launch Boom started in 2015. So we're doing like a launch a week ish. So like 52 at least 52 launches. But we're touching a lot more than that. So we work with projects that are already live that maybe didn't launch with us. So add another like 50 in that category. There's the EcoCube C.
This is where it started, right? I remember when you first showed me, this was like your top product. So this one's still going, huh? They got like C+. I was getting on there. I was researching them, but
Yep. And then we do have a program called Test Boom. So like one of the things that we do is we actually test products before they even go to crowdfunding. And we launch, I think we do like, I don't know, 300 or something like that a year.
So 300 test booms and then 52 get accepted. Mm-hmm. What do they have to do to get accepted? What's the rule?
So we've got like kind of like a proprietary like algorithm that looks at a number of different factors while we're running ads during the test boom. So we're looking at things like email open rates, cost to reserve, cost to get a lead, landing page conversion rate, the audiences that are involved. And so we're taking all of these different factors and we're putting that together to kind of develop a score so that before they even go live on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, they know that they're going to have a successful campaign. Because we don't like playing fair. All of these campaigns you're looking at right now hit their goal in like the first 15 minutes of launching. So first 10 minutes, sometimes like literally the first minute they've hit their goal and usually are raising like 6 figures within the first 24 hours.
What's usually the test limit or the limit? I mean, the whatever. Sorry, I just blanked on the word that you just said. Okay. What's the goal? What's the goal usually?
So usually I'd say the goal is probably anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 is usually like the goal. That's like what it would cost for them to like make sure this product gets delivered. Like the minimum. But yeah, they all well exceed that within the first 24 hours.
So you do that in the first 8 to 10 minutes. And then after that, it's all profit. It's all growth. It's next level. It's them starting to build a company and a business and turn this into a real product that can scale out and create influence beyond big influence out there in the world. So that's amazing.
Exactly. Yeah, because most crowdfunding campaigns that like don't work with us or work with other agencies and things like that, they launch, but they're starting at zero. They haven't built a pre-launch list. They don't know the kind of like the tips, tricks, and secrets to have that success, and so they're fighting an uphill battle. Right? It's like day 1 they're at zero, day 2 they're at like a sale, day 3 they're like crawling their way up towards their goal versus working together and blowing it out of the park in the first 24 hours. So.
Amazing. How much do people have to invest to be a part of this? I remember when I first started talking to you, I think it was like 25K was the limit or the beginning amount. And then some people were paying like 50K. Like how much do they have to come up with to be able to do a launch boom with you guys if it passes the test boom?
That's a great question. Right now, again, our prices have gone up quite a bit over the years.
I'm sure.
We've added on so many services, photography, video, all that stuff.
Launches, so you should charge more. I mean, it's worth it at that point. Do you take a percentage as well, or is
we do? I would say like if you want to have a successful campaign that raises well over 6 figures, you're talking like $500,000, you have to be prepared to invest at least about $50,000 into that. So that's like $25,000 to $35,000 in hard costs, and then the rest in advertising. And then we do take a percentage of total raised.
Amazing. Yeah, you guys are crushing it, and I remember we were running some ads helping you guys with this one a little bit. Yeah. But they're crushing it on YouTube with their ads. They got that guy, he's always in the shower. If you see those ads on YouTube, just all over YouTube.
Yeah, this is a humble start, and they're killing it. They're doing. So
you kicked them off, and now they're doing millions, I'm sure, with all the ads that they got going and like all the stuff that they have happening. So I know they're crushing it. So yeah, this is just the starting point. Tom helps them kind of kick it in gear. And then some of these companies, I mean, they're probably doing 10
7, 8 figures. Yeah. Oh yeah.
8 figures.
Oh yeah. Dr. Squatch might be pushing 9. Yeah. I think Dr. Squatch is definitely pushing 9 right now for sure.
So that's 100 million a year in sales. And that's some of these companies that they've launched. So this is where it starts. If they didn't get that start, if they didn't get that momentum, they can't get to that beyond big influence. Yep. So it's so important what Tom does here, guys. So if you're out right now, you're checking this out, you're like, wow, I've seen Kickstarter products. I bought a Kickstarter product. You probably bought one of these products on launchboom.com's website. Go check it out. And if you know somebody that's launching a product and they're thinking about it and they want to get a Kickstarter thing or Indiegogo and they can maybe raise some money and get an investor if they don't have the money themselves, I would highly recommend looking at what Tom can do with his video skills, his ability to build that test boom and build that list and build that momentum. So that way in the first 8 minutes of the launch or 10 minutes or first 24 hours, they're hitting their goal, they're exceeding their goal. And this product that can then turn into something as a household name, which Tom's doing over and over and over again. So I'm just blessed and honored that you're on here with us today, Tom. So it's awesome, dude.
Thanks to be here. And for anybody that if you guys are looking for like, where do I go? What do I do? We've got a ton of really great free resources for people on our website. We've got our blog, we've got our live webinars, and then we've got, of course, the summit that's coming up this week that you're speaking at.
Yeah, let's talk
about be there.
I'm speaking at Tom's Summit for Crowdfunded Summit. Let me go ahead and put the link up there. You want to talk about the summit and how you can get some information, learn. It's free to join, right?
It's totally free. It's 100% free. There's VIP tickets, which will get you the recordings. I highly, 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 highly recommend that just because it's so packed with information. Literally 35 straight hours of content. So it's going to be a lot. And that's why I recommend becoming a VIP so you can get the recordings and watch it at your own pace. But we've literally brought in the best minds, experts in the industry, along with our team to share a ton of incredible information. We've got Indiegogo, we've got Facebook, we've got Google, we've got BackerKit, we've got us, of course, we've got Jesse, we've got manufacturers, we've got shipping partners, we've got Amazon people. Like literally, if you want to know how to take an idea, like literally just something, written down on a piece of paper and turn it into a 6, 7, 8, 9-figure e-commerce business, Crowdfunded Summit is absolutely the place to be. And it's free, tons of great content. Highly recommended. If you just click that link, if you click the link, I guess you can't click on it. Go to crowdfundedsummit.com, put in your email address, and sign up. It starts at 9 a.m. on Wednesday, so in 2 days. So it'd be Wednesday and Thursday of this week. Oh, and then if maybe you're not ready for that yet, but you love entertainment, at the end of this at 5 p.m. on Thursday, again, I'm talking Pacific time here, we're actually going to be hosting a pitch competition. We've got over $160,000 worth of goods and services that we're going to be giving away to some amazing finalists. And so if you love Shark Tank, you love seeing what other people are creating, again, just get a ticket to crowdfundedsummit.com and you'll get access to be able to watch the live pitch competition. So super fun.
Yeah, guys, go to crowdfundedsummit.com. I know there's a lot of summits out there. A lot of them are just random people that potentially they haven't had a big impact out there or beyond big influence. Some of them are great. Some of them aren't. Just be careful where you spend your time. This is one of those. Speaking from experience, working with Tom, with his team, every single person on his team is very dedicated to perfecting their craft, and they're at the top level for what services they provide. And all the people that are around them and that they bring on and that they're putting on this summit are top notch. So I highly recommend coming on. If you want to learn how to launch a product, you're like, okay, the world's changing and we got to get digital and we got to learn online marketing and like how we can get things out there. There's going to be people coming on this summit that have already done it at a very high level. Are some of your clients speakers, like people that have products with you, so they know what they're doing, right? I mean, so they can speak from experience. So you watch Shark Tank and they give you a little bit of information and fire you up, but they don't give you the nitty gritty about the launch. I feel like your summit is going to be like Shark Tank on steroids.
Yeah, personally, it's better than Shark Tank. Why? Because you don't have to give up any equity. You don't have to like sell out to Mark Cuban and Mr. Wonderful. Instead, you can.
Wonderful. I love that guy.
So I know they're awesome, and they do provide a lot of value and all of that stuff. But like you'll be able to like take control of your company, and you'll be able to learn what it looks like to actually build out a successful brand. And a lot of our clients have actually been on Shark Tank, which is also funny. So
yeah, that'll help you out. You put the Shark Tank, as seen on Shark Tank. I mean, you know how people put that out there and they're like, oh, wow, they're on Shark Tank. Some people think that that's the best. But hey, guys, Tom knows this stuff. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments. I'll make sure that we get those answered, and the answers are going to be on the summit. So that's what I'm going to say. Go to crowdfundedsummit.com, get in there, and you're going to learn a lot of information, any questions that you might have. But yeah, Tom he's great. So Tom, like when you're out there trying to get started, some of these people are like, where do I start? What would you tell somebody? Like, how do I start? Like if I'm going to build a business today?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, it really starts with an awesome product. I'll give you a great example. We have a client right now. I'll use like real examples here. His name is Nathan Resnick. He's one of the judges at the pitch competition. He has a talk on how to create a product in 90 days. It's awesome.
Oh wow.
He literally he wanted to create a couple things. So one is he's always wanted bubble hotels. Have you seen those? Like
no, bubble hotels. No, I've never seen them.
Like
no.
It's like a bubble hotel where like people like can like sleep under the stars, but you're like in a dome, you're like a bubble. So like he always wanted one of those, and then he always had this like really, you got to see his drawing. It's hilarious. You'd die. It's like literally like a hand drawing of a coffee table that has like all of these crazy features, like a refrigerator, charging ports, speakers, like all of this, like sorry, Nathan, if you see this, like a fourth grader drew it like but again, it was well drawn. It was well drawn.
I could draw pretty good when I was in fourth grade. So
I know, me
old
too.
Or whatever you just said.
It was better. It was better than what I could do. But he literally just drew it on a napkin. He drew it on a napkin, and he went to he's an expert in product sourcing and all of that stuff. He used his own system to get his product off the ground. He worked with, he used the platform's called Sourcify. So he used his own platform.
There you go.
Called Sourcify to get the product sourced, and we just started test booming his products, and they're crushing it. They're going to be launching later in September. For his bubble hotel, he already has 400 reservations, and he hasn't even broken ground yet on building the hotel. And so what is the moral of the story? What is the big takeaway? Of course, like go learn. So like go to the summit, read the books. We've got, if you go on Amazon, look up Crowdfunded. We've got a really fantastic Amazon bestseller. It's amazing. It's packed with information that'll teach you how to come up with, it doesn't really teach you how to come up with a product, but how to like market that product and then launch it. And so it starts with just having a really cool product and idea, and then go learn, work with experts, work with people that are way smarter than you are. That's what I do. Is go work with people that are really talented, know what they're doing, are experts in the space, and can really guide you, and then make it a reality. And so things like where do I get money? How do I build my product? A lot of those are just questions that you just need to ask so that you can get them answered. Once you start asking those questions, once you start breaking it down, you'll find that creating a product is it's challenging. It's not easy per se, but it's probably a lot easier than you thought it was. And so the number one piece of advice is take the risk, jump. And we're seeing more and more people take that risk now with COVID-19, people losing their jobs and stuff like that. And we're seeing things like crowdfunding explode. We just had our biggest quarter ever. And so did Indiegogo, and so did Kickstarter. People are turning to these platforms more and more. And so get started, get learning, and don't stop.
Absolutely. So I know you do a lot of marketing stuff. And what's the importance of in the percentage category of product? You mentioned you have to have a really good product. So these products are really good. So how much do you help them with that? How much is marketing or the product? Which is more important in your opinion?
That's a great question. I mean, having a good product really matters a lot, because if you don't have a good product, there's no amount of good, like you can't, like, what is the phrase? Like you can't put lipstick on a pig, right? Yeah. Like it's not gonna, right? Or like, you can't like gold plate poop or something. Like it's still poop, right? It's just gold plated.
Yeah, you can't polish a turd, or whatever. So that's the one I grew up hearing. So yeah, pardon the vulgarity. But no offense to the pigs, but the bacon. Sorry, bacon. I think but product really does matter. Having a good product that's beautifully designed, that's innovative, that really truly solves a problem. You'd be surprised at how easy that is to find. Like it's really easy to find a product that solves a problem and all that stuff. There's a lot of problems in the world right now, right, Tom?
Absolutely.
There's probably more problems right now than there was last year.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, like, if you're in California, air purification is probably a big problem. Like things like that, like finding a better way to purify your air, better, like, of course, like face masks. Who would have thought that was like a serious issue a year ago? But it is. There's been, 10 seven-figure face mask campaigns this year so far, and twice as many six-figure. And so solve it, like come up with something that if you can solve an awesome problem at a good price point and provide value, then it does become marketing. Marketing does have a really big impact. I would say that the kind of like the trade-off is really 50-50. You can't have, I can't tell you how many products I've seen that were awesome, but they just had terrible marketing. And then I can't tell you how many other things I've seen that were really terrible products, had great marketing. Some of those did well too, but yeah, having a good product really does matter.
Yeah. So you need a good product, you need good marketing. And what else do you need? You need a good people, good team.
Yeah. Good team.
Mindset.
Yeah. You got to love what you're doing.
What are some of the other common things you're seeing from these people? Like, I mean, there's certain people that don't pass the test, right? They don't pass the test boom. So not everybody's going to make $1 million launch. What's the difference between somebody that doesn't have a successful launch and somebody that does about the people?
I mean, I would say values is like a huge one. The ability to like see failure as just another opportunity, as a learning lesson. We've had a bunch of test booms fail and then them come back, launch again, learn from that, and have a 6-7 figure campaign.
Yeah.
And so really that kind of like that relationship with failure, that relationship with continuing to keep going. And I think just good people skills, like the ability to like lead a team, the ability to connect well with people really, really matters. I can't tell you, like, as an agency owner, working with somebody that's awesome to work with versus like somebody who doesn't really care about their product, doesn't really care about their community, doesn't really like show up. Like that sucks. And like we're of course we'll do a good job because we're committed to that, but it's so much harder for us than somebody who like really loves what they do, really loves their community, and really wants to solve a problem. It's those people that are just super passionate about it that always win. And that's what always like warms my heart, is seeing those people that are so passionate about solving a problem and are so passionate about their backers that absolutely crush it. The people who care about their audience.
Awesome, man. Is there anybody that you turn away that wants to work with you that you say, I just can't work? Do you ever fire a client?
Yes.
How often does that happen?
Absolutely.
Clients, how many you got to turn away?
It's definitely not. I mean, we get a lot of people wanting to work with us. Of course, price is a barrier to entry.
Yeah.
You get just people that like if the product just isn't resonating with us, we'll turn that away. And so, man, I'm not on the sales team, so I couldn't tell you the specific statistics on that. But we do turn away people quite a bit if they're not a good fit. And that's the other reason why we do test them too, is because we want to make sure that they also care about their community and they're going to be able to deliver their product.
Amazing. Awesome, man. How are some of the ways, I know you're not on the sales side, how do you guys get new clients or get just a lot of referrals? Like you go to trade shows, like I know now.
You used to go to trade shows.
I know you used to, but now what are you doing in this economy?
I mean, really, for like most of our existence, our number one referral source was the platforms itself, Indiegogo and Kickstarter.
Wow. So can you market your own business on there? Like, how does that work? How do you get them from there? You just go on there and just say, hey, nice to meet you. I saw your campaign like in the back door. Like, I don't want to get you in trouble.
No, you could do that. I mean, Kickstarter will kick you off real quick. We're actually certified partners of both Kickstarter and Indiegogo. I think we're the first agency ever, and the only, to be certified by both platforms.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I saw that on your site. You had that, and you had like Facebook certified. You had a lot of cool stuff. Like,
and so actual Indiegogo, like an actual Kickstarter, is sending us clients. We're not going there. Like, of course we can go and hunt them down and all that other stuff. But like a lot of times, like other industry experts and things like that will send us business because they know that we care about our clients and we know that we're going to give them a great experience and be able to deliver an incredible result. So both platforms, Kickstarter and Indiegogo, are huge referrers. Our other industry partners like Jellup, they do like Kickstarter advertising, BackerKit, Easy Ship. Some of our manufacturing partners like Sourcify, things like that, we get a lot of referrals. And so that's where I would say probably the majority of our business comes from, is just from word of mouth.
Amazing. And one thing that you said earlier on, you said your values are probably the most important thing.
Yeah.
And when you have high values, you create a great team, a great system, a great product, a great business, a great everything. And then you just get referrals from all these people because everybody wants to align and work with you because you've raised your game to a level where you're really the best option, or the only option maybe, because everybody else is doing things with low values and low ethics and low morals and low everything. And you're just like, we're going to just do things right. We're not going to cut corners. We're going to do things in an authentic, amazing way. And the results speak for themselves, right?
Yep. 100%. And on top of that too, is like on value of like generosity too is a big one. Like I'm pretty sure we produce more content than anybody else in the industry. Whether it's our free webinars, again, we've got the Crowdfunded Summit, our blog posts, we've got like literally like the book on crowdfunding. We've got the like free guide on crowdfunding. I don't think anybody else is publishing as much content as we are, because, and again, for us, we're like literally giving it away. We're like, please, if you can't work with us, you can't afford to work with us, like go to our website. Yeah. Go pick up the book. Get the Kindle.
Here it is on Amazon, crowdfunded. Check it out. Get the book. This will be huge. Also, the link scrolling on the bottom for crowdfunded.com. Join the summit. I'm going to be speaking there, talking about influence and doing my presentation and the stuff that we're doing. And me and Tom are probably going to start doing some stuff together. We're talking about it. So pick up the book, follow Tom. Come in the summit, check it out. There's tons of speakers on there. They're going to blow you away. People that have done past huge crowd funds with Tom. And these people are at the highest level. So it's amazing, man. And all the stuff you've done, it's like, man, you did a lot of stuff before when I knew you, when you were living out here a couple of years ago. And now you're just taking it to the whole nother level, which is amazing. So
thanks, man. And speaking of great free content, I mean, huge shout out to you, Jesse, for having me on here. I know you've been doing this for a while, and just again, like it's all about giving back to the community. And I think now more than ever, this stuff is so important. And so like kudos to you for having this show, for, you know, connecting.
I started the show up, but we're definitely like, you know, honored to have you on. And I've interviewed a lot of people. When I first started the show, I interviewed 20 people and it wasn't live. And I'm like, well, now I got to edit like 20 things and put it out there. It's like I edited like a couple, and it's like I got some like baller people that are on that want to, you know, 1.3 million followers on YouTube, or like massive businesses and stuff. Sharon Lecter, I interviewed her. She sold 30 million copies of Rich Dad Poor Dad. I mean, like just massive people. But yeah, we're just getting it started, and we're honored to have you because you're one of the top rock stars that I know. And you're doing a summit, and you said, I'm doing a summit. I said, I'm in. I didn't even have to think twice. So everything you do is amazing. So
thank you. Happy to have you there.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. So make sure that you join us for the summit. Me and Tom are going to be doing it. I think I speak on the 16th at like 6 p.m. But there's a lot of other speakers there. Make sure you check them out. And we're going to share this thing out and make sure people know about it and can follow Tom and his work. And you know, there's a lot of people I know that have a product and they're like, how do I launch this thing? Should I go on Shark Tank? Should I do this? I'm like, you got to work with Tom, but you know, they got to also have enough money to like be able to do it with them. And but if you can get the money, it's worth it, because look at his results. The results speak for themselves, and you get what you pay for. So Tom's one of the top people. If you want to learn the secrets about how to build a product, do marketing, build a team, have strong core values, be able to get from like 0 to potentially $1 million in sales, you're going to want to check out crowdfundedsummit.com. It's going to be epic, and yeah, it's just awesome, man. So what are some of the last things you want to say to people before we jump off here, like what to focus on in their life and their business, you know, through tough times or whatnot?
Yeah, man. Well, one is also, even if you can't afford to work with us, we'll still guide you in the right direction. Come to us for content. That's what the summit's for. That's what our content's for. Is even if we can't work with you, maybe after you have a successful launch on your own, then come to us for, you know, your 7-figure launch. And so we want to be able to provide those resources for people. But
absolutely,
I guess like what advice would I give? Again, I'd say like really, I guess what I'm like called to share is like going back to like the value stuff is like really look at, your what like really align with like what your values are and look at that not just in your business, like how are you treating your employees, all of that stuff. Like think about the people around you. Like now more than ever, people are really struggling. We can see like the country's hurting, the world's hurting, all of that stuff, and like how you show up and how you support other people and what your values are, whether it's like you can have a massive impact in your backyard with like how you're speaking to your wife, how you're connecting with your family, how you're like doing that stuff. And so just really kind of like paying attention to like what those like again, getting clear on what your values are, sticking by those values, and making a difference, even if it's a small one, because you don't know what that ripple effect's going to be and how that's going to affect not just your personal life but your business as well.
Well said, Tom. Amazing time together as always. It's just an honor to be in your presence, bro.
Same.
And just such powerful words out there, guys. And I just want to say this: don't give up. I know the world's crazy right now.
Oh, for sure.
And there's things you don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty, but just get around good people. At the end of the day, there's a lot of amazing people out there in the world. Band together with strong, powerful people and people that are doing things for a positive reason and are really strong in what they're building. And eventually the human race will rise up and be successful and impactful together and have beyond big influence in a very positive way. So I hope that when you join this live today, you're leaving here, you see, okay, I got some value, if not like a massive amount, beyond big amount of value, that now you can go out there and take that in a positive way and impact somebody else or inspire somebody else. And that was our goal here today, is me and Tom, we wanted to come on. If we could inspire at least one person to go out there and make a huge impact and a huge difference, then we accomplished our goal. So hopefully we did that today, Tom. We'll see.
Absolutely.
Let us know. After watching today's video, maybe you got inspired to launch a Indiegogo product or a Kickstarter product or build a team or do some marketing at a higher level with video like Tom does, or maybe you're going to do your own podcast or show like what we're doing and stream it live on the internet. I mean, maybe like, who knows? But whatever it is, let us know how we can serve and support you. And we're here for the long term. And Tom's one of those guys. Make sure you go follow him. How do they follow you on social media? Or like, do you do social media or not really?
Great question. I would say the best place it would be following LaunchBoom. As CMO of the company, you're usually talking to me. So if you follow LaunchBoom on Instagram, and then we also have another platform called Tom's Finds. If you go to tomsfinds.com or look up Tom's Finds on Instagram, we're going to be overhauling that entire platform in the next like 6 to 9 months. And so you'll be able to get a lot more of me, which is super cool, rather than my assistants and my team and stuff like that. So but yeah, at LaunchBoom, that's definitely the way to go. And just like what Jesse said, that way, you're over there. Jesse said,
I'm somewhere over here. No, I'm over here.
Yeah.
Right.
What Jesse said.
Yeah.
Jesse does not want to hear.
It's like we're backwards on the camera.
Jesse does not want to hear. I'm saying this for you. Does not want to hear another person go, man, I should have I totally thought about that like 5 years ago. Like, that's man, like I saw this like really cool product come out and like that's the exact thing I wanted to launch, but I just didn't do it. Right? Like now is the time to like listen to Nike, just do it, and like go and like make it.
Take action. Take action now. I mean, if you got an idea, just go for it. Tom got where he's got with building this massive company. If you didn't take action, see an opportunity, see the Eco Cube. Okay, I'm going to crush this video. I'm going to crush this launch for this guy. Oh crap, I can do this like for a lot of people because I have like the foundation to do it, and then built an agency, and then boom, 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 boom. But you got to take action. You can't sit there on the sidelines and be like, oh, depressed and sulk. I mean, people do that, but they don't get anywhere. So I know it takes courage. We're here to help you. Hopefully this is a resource for you to get beyond big in your influence and start taking action. That's the biggest thing. Yeah, you're never going to have success if you don't go take a risk. So absolutely. That's a good point. So, all right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap it up today. Make sure you go to crowdfunded.com and join. And so you can get in, you just put your email in there. It'll give you instructions. It'll tell you when the next speaker's coming. I'm going to be at 6:00 p.m. Pacific, I think it's something like that on the 16th. Mm-hmm. So Wednesday evening, I believe that's what it is. I don't know. I'm not looking at my calendar.
That is correct. Yeah.
I believe I'm at 6 p.m. So make sure you check out my presentation as well as all the other speakers. And we're very, very excited. And me and Tom got some cool stuff behind the scenes. We're going to blow you guys away with some stuff as well and take each other's businesses to the next level. I have a feeling we're going to take action and make it happen.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right, guys. Well, thank you, Tom, so much.
Thank you, Jesse.
Yeah, we'll see you guys on the summit. Cool. That's it.
Awesome. All right. We'll see you all there.
We'll see you guys in the next episode as well of Beyond Big Influence with me.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys.